Islam Makhachev made history at UFC 311, becoming the first fighter in UFC lightweight history to defend the championship 4 times. He achieved the milestone with a swift submission victory over Renato Moicano in the main event. Moicano had a promising start, landing a few solid shots on the champion in the first round. However, once the fight hit the ground, it was all Makhachev. The Dagestani grappling ace secured a Darce choke, earning a quick submission and successfully retaining his title. Then he surprisingly called out the 185 champ Dricus du Plessis for a fight.
Yeah, I can beat 3 divisions also. Just give me the chance, that's it. I will fight with the du Plessis. If they give me the chance, I will fight with him also. I swear, if Dana White send me contract, I will fight with him also.
Well, to take that a step further, Islam, Ali told me you could fight at 205 and beat Alex Pereira. No. That too much?
It's too much. No, I need the DC diet program to be 200 pounds.
Before his scheduled fight against Arman Tsarukyan, Islam had repeatedly expressed his desire to become a double champion, a goal that has become a trend among UFC title holders. However, the current welterweight champion is his friend and teammate Belal Muhammad, and Makhachev has made it clear that he would prefer not to fight him. Still, the 33-year-old has admitted that he plans to compete for a second belt before retiring, aiming to further cement his already impressive legacy. Arman Tsarukyan agrees with Dana White's decision to deny him a title shot and reveals who he'd like to face next. Unfortunately for the 28-year-old, UFC president Dana White made it clear that he'll need to go back to the drawing board and likely compete in at least one more contender fight before earning another title shot. Despite being ranked #1 in the stacked 155-pound division, Tsarukyan has only faced 3 current top 10 fighters: Beneil Dariush, Mateusz Gamrot, and Charles Oliveira. While there are several immediate options for the Armenian standout, he has his sights set on a specific opponent, fully agreeing with White's decision to hold off on a title opportunity. Quote, "I agree with Dana White. Once my back heals, I'll be ready to prove I'm the true #1 contender by taking on anyone they put in front of me. Charles Oliveira in a 5-rounder makes the most sense." Tsarukyan's hopes for a rematch with Charles might not materialize, especially if the champ Islam Makhachev stays at lightweight and faces Oliveira in a rematch. In the meantime, Michael Chandler has thrown his name into the mix as a potential opponent for Tsarukyan. Iron Mike made his return to the octagon at UFC 309 this past November after a long hiatus waiting on Conor McGregor's possible comeback. Chandler, known for his explosive fighting style, previously faced Oliveira in a 5-round co-main event, a fight he described as the most brutal loss of his career. Chandler reacted to Arman's withdrawal from the fight. Quote, "You don't show up, you don't get a shot. Beat me if you can, Arman. If I can walk, I'll show up. I've fought through an injury in 90% of my fights. We all do. Never missed weight. Never pulled out of a fight in my career. I flew to Sioux Falls 96 hours before a fight to get 12 injections in my spine to then fly to the flight location. Still showed up, still made weight, still fought. Real fighters do." End quote. However, Tsarukyan shut down Chandler's call-out. "I'm not against it, but fighting someone who beat you twice sounds way more compelling." Tsarukyan replied on Twitter. Ilia Topuria warns Islam Makhachev after UFC 311. "Islam, if I want to, I can finish you. If I want to, I can knock you out. I'll make it look easy. See you soon," tweeted El Matador. Topuria, who recently defended his featherweight title against Max Holloway at UFC 309, announced plans to move up to lightweight. In that fight, he made history as the first fighter to knock out Holloway, having previously finished Alexander Volkanovski to claim the featherweight belt. Ahead of UFC 311, Makhachev admitted that he'd be more likely to face his teammate Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title next than to face Topuria. The tension between Ilia and Islam has been building, with Ilia's mother warning Makhachev about her son's street fighting prowess, and Makhachev firing back with threats if they ever cross paths. Additionally, Islam recently endorsed Movsar Evloev as a potential opponent for Topuria's next featherweight title defense, further fueling their rivalry. After Topuria's tweet went viral, it didn't take long for Makhachev to answer the featherweight champion's call-out. "You said that you're ready to go up a weight." There's a tweet from Ilia Topuria saying he can easily finish you. What are your thoughts on that? "I don't know. So many fighters and all of them are threatening to finish me in the first rounds. They all say the same thing. I've said it before. Make 155, get into the octagon, and we'll see who finishes who."
и посмотрим, кто кого финиширует.
MMA community is shocked as Renato Moicano and Kevin Holland earned more money than Islam Makhachev at UFC 311. The California State Athletic Commission has disclosed 12 official base purses for UFC 311, which do not include sponsorships, discretionary bonuses, or any pay-per-view revenue fighters may receive. The released figures raised eyebrows as several undercard fighters earned more than lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Renato Moicano Carneiro lived up to his moniker with a $250,000 base pay, surpassing Makhachev's $200,000 base purse for his title defense. In the co-main event, Merab retained his bantamweight title with an impressive victory over the previously undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov. Dvalishvili took home the largest base pay of the event, earning a flat $500,000 alongside a $50,000 performance bonus. Nurmagomedov, despite the loss, earned $100,000 for his efforts and an additional $50,000 for Fight of the Night honors. Despite the reported base purses, Islam Makhachev is likely to have earned a substantial amount overall for his record-breaking title defense once sponsorships and pay-per-view revenue are factored in. Facing an unfortunate last-minute opponent change from Tsarukyan to Moicano, who presented a completely different style, Makhachev remained unfazed and delivered a dominant performance. With the victory, the Russian champion not only secured his place in UFC history, but also won over Dana White, who has now acknowledged him as the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, ending years of favoring John Jones in that ranking. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev is official for UFC 313 on March 8th. Pereira is set to defend his light heavyweight title against Ankalaev in a highly anticipated showdown. The announcement was made official during the UFC 311 broadcast, much to the excitement of fans. Many believe Ankalaev has long earned another title shot thanks to his dominant performances and unbeaten streak in the division. He cemented his status as the #1 contender by defeating Alexander Rakic at UFC 308 last year, making his case undeniable. To claim UFC gold for the first time, Ankalaev will need to overcome the surging Pereira. The reigning champion is on an impressive 5-fight winning streak at light heavyweight, successfully defending the belt 3 times last year. However, many see Ankalaev as Pereira's toughest challenge yet. In addition to the headliner, John Anik confirmed an electrifying 5-round co-main event between lightweight fan favorites Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker, adding even more excitement to the March 8th card. Paddy Pimblett and Dennis Frimpong found a unique way to settle their feud on Saturday. The rising UFC star squared off with Frimpong in a sparring session at Manchester Top Team to resolve their social media beef. In the video, the two exchanged a few kicks before Pimblett took Frimpong to the ground. After escaping a couple of submission attempts, including an armbar and triangle, Pimblett gained control, taking Frimpong's back and locking in a rear naked choke. Frimpong can be seen tapping out multiple times. Despite this, Paddy didn't let go of the submission. The crowd stepped in to separate the two fighters, which resulted in chaos.
He's tapping, lads! Hey! Whoa! Lost himself!
Pimblett, who is on a 6-fight win streak in the UFC, hasn't fought since his victory over Bobby Green at UFC 304, where he secured a triangle submission. Denise Frimpong, with a professional record of 3-2, most recently defeated Dylan Mitchin at Progress FC Czech 2 last year. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe for daily MMA news.